Hi guys, this is Michael from the Boardgames Chronicle. Welcome to another interesting material in which I will unbox and give you an overview of the SPARTA game from Plagu Islands Games. I, I must admit that I always had a weakness for the ancient history, be it ancient Rome, Republic, and then Imperium, or be it the Greek history and all those wars which they first had with the Persia and then between themselves till the moment when Macedonians finally conquered them. So I was very intrigued by this crowdfunding campaign of this game. Yeah, Sparta commands the fate of an empire. And I actually very diligently checked the rule book, the mechanics, and thought, wow, it looks really interesting. Today I will give you the unboxing and overview. So we will look at the components. They are astonishingly beautiful. Sometimes they promise you at the Kickstarter or Game Fund, a beautiful and nice, looking games with miniatures. But when you receive the actual product, it's not so fancy. Here, all of the promises came true. You will see it in a moment. On the other hand, we'll not only look at the components, but I will give you an overview of the rules. Not very detailed, let's be honest. Today it's a brisk look into the box, but still I would like you to also understand what's there. So the first thing which you will feel is that the box is very sturdy and heavy, big one, with all the nice graphics. I actually have a deluxe version, which have some, let's say, enhanced components, but let's be honest, it's only a couple of things. So it's not something which will make a difference whether you will buy the regular version or the enhanced version. Both of them looks similarly fantastic. What first thing we are getting is the rule book. Usually, it's nicely done rule book with a large font, which explains the board, the components. Then we have also all those things which will be driving the game, like cards. There are two types of cards: the action cards and battle cards. Each player has its mate. You will have armies and fleets. This is important. When we talk about the tokens, I will show you them later on. Then about leaders and additional stuff, which I will not be going into too many details. Enough to say, this is a card-driven game where you have some at the beginning administrative phase. Then you have 6 rounds of action rounds, each player playing the cards, and then of course check for the victory phase. Yes, we go through all the rules, beautiful done. Raiding, sieges, and military actions. This is obvious. There will be land and sea battles. And what is most important, and where I would like to draw your attention to, are the scenarios. This is not a one scenario game. This is a 4 scenario game, where the most important scenarios are the Second Peloponnesian War and Theban-Spartan War. So as you can see, this game is not focusing on one particular conflict, but allows you to reenact all major Greek conflicts. But these are rather internal Greek conflicts. So first of all, you have Athens versus Sparta, so First Peloponnesian War and Second Peloponnesian War. So once they get rid of the Persians during the Battle of Marathon, Thermopylae, Plataea, Salamis, they, won this war, but then they focus on each other. Of course, the Persian money helped Greeks to jump to their throats, and those 2 scenarios tells us about those wars. As you know, after the Second Peloponnesian War, the Sparta actually conquered Athens, and then we have a fight between Thebes and Sparta, which will finish in ultimate defeat of Sparta and then of the Thebes by the Macedonians. And there will be another 2 scenarios about this. The cards which are in this game, you will be able to use them. Some of them will be for all scenarios, some only for 2, 3 scenarios. So you will have completely different feel of a game and actually the setup. Yeah, you can see it already here. Boeotian War, Athenian Crisis. So it shows in which part or and which scenario we use the cards. So first Peloponnesian War versus the setup, second Peloponnesian War, Theban-Spartan War. We have also Claomenian War, and then you can combine some of those scenarios in the larger campaigns, like two Peloponnesian Wars can be combined into one scenario. You can have also Grand Campaign, where you play from the second Peloponnesian War and continue on to the Theban-Spartan War. Sorry. So as you can see, you can play it in a smaller chunks, but you can also play it as a larger campaign. I really like it. What is another important thing is that each scenario, when you play it, is not set up in similar way because you have so-called setup cards, which will change a setup a bit at the beginning. There are recommended setup cards, which shows you the default, let's say, starting positions, but there are also additional setup cards, which, while balanced, give you completely different opportunities, strategic, advantages, and so on and so forth. Then we have example of play, and that's all. Now, if you ask me how much space the actual rules take, is 17 pages, not full 17 pages, of a large font, so this is not overly complex game. And this game, while normally two-player game, I should also mention this, has also a very good solo mode with a solo boat where you will be driving with this solo opponent with some specific set of rules. So you can play one or two player, and I believe I will definitely check this solo play to learn the game. What else do we have here? This is very cool. This is, I believe, one of the Kickstarter specials. This is the history of the Greek wars. So what history buff like me really loves is the history behind all of those fights, all of those wars, all of those scenarios with the important, personas, generals claim here. I really like it. I definitely will read it. Then what do we have here? Let us open this. This looks like a player aid, and I believe that's exactly it. So let me just open it. Even the player aid box is really nicely done. Okay. Yes, military matters. Then turn sequence, action round sequence, core rules. And here there are two of them, so one for each player. Here we have a solo play, so how we do the raiding, deployment, mobilization, siege. Core rules of solo play and set objectives. I will check it. Then we have a token. So yeah, this in the basic version of game. So from the, let's say, components point of view, you have here all of the let's say forces and money as counters. But I believe I will have in my box also the metal coins and some miniatures. Let's see in a moment. Then we have a map, but I will leave a map for later. You see, this is very cool. This actually keeps the map not moving into the box. I really like this solution. Somebody really thought about it. Let me move it aside because we'll be looking now at components here, and we need to make space for the map. So what do we have inside? Okay, seems like the tokens for the particular additional nations like Thrace, Macedonian, Mega Hellas, Crete. Yeah, so these are the regions which you can. Some of them will be regions, some of them will be allies which you can control and get some rewards at the beginning of a turn. Here we have very interestingly looking. you use them for particular scenarios, okay, and put on the map, I believe. And while these are the allies, these will be the regions. There will be different color for regions and also the different, markers. Because if somebody has problems with the colors, there will be still those markers which will help them to differentiate which area we are talking about. Really cool, and they again give you some bonuses at the beginning of the game, of the turn. So this is part, and this is nicely done storage solution. I must admit, wrong. Or first the small ones and then the large ones. Here I believe we'll have the generals and the important personas. Of course, Pericles. And this is a veteran Pericles. If you flip the general, he goes into his, let's say, veteran side. This is the default naval, so naval commander, strategos. It will be like a polemarch. These are the generic land units. These are also generic land units, but let's see more. I need some named characters, some personas of interest. So Archimaedus, we have them. Nicomedes, Simon. Okay, more generous. So as you can see, they have also some special abilities, and they have this veteran and regular general side. So let me put them back. A lot of them. You will be using some of them in all scenarios, but some of them only in particular scenarios. When we have various tokens, wow, so many goodies here, I can tell you. Trade tokens. Okay. This is for the where we have a navy, fleet, where we have an army. Okay, for both sides, because each side you have. Even this is from a very nice material. Okay. We can build the mega polis with some events. This is, I believe, a siege token. These are some card-driven tokens. This will look like a fortress. We'll need to check. Those are interesting. As you can see, it really raised my interest. All those components, we'll have to check them. This is definitely for armies and for the fleets. And the rest is to be checked, and this is very nicely done in order to keep them all stored. Okay. What else do we have in the box? We have, of course, cards. I told you about those setup cards. Mercantile Empire, 30 Years of Peace. Let me try to open at least one of them so you can see it. The cards are really nice. So yes, these are the Second Peloponnesian War setup cards. This one is a recommended setup card, and these are to spice up the game and to add some variants. Then I have my coins, the metal ones. I love the feel of the metal coins. Sorry guys, I could not resist. I'm usually taking the basic versions of the games from the campaign, but that really was something I wanted to be able to use. These are the battle cards, like Cavalry Covers Retreat, Time Retreat, Sea or Land Battle, you can use them at opportunity moments. The fight with the cards, of course, reminds me about Hannibal, Hamilcar, those games. Okay, so what do we have here? Here we have tons of action cards and the free denominated coins. So a lot of action cards, they will be driving the game. They are really important here. It's a card-driven game. Each side 6 rounds. each turn. And there is a plethora of them. And as you can see, some of them only for particular scenarios. So replayability value will be huge with this game, I believe. Last but not least, we have miniatures. Okay. You can use them with a nice hard plastic. Armies. Wow, that one is cool. Here we have a navies. Here we have some. This will be some neutral. Yeah. But that's not all. We still have more. We have something here. Let me take it. What's this? These are the player mates. Yeah, that's for sure. This is player mate. Okay. Also, couple of variants. I see. This is the leak. 1 fleet, 2 armies. Here you have 3 fleets, 3 armies. So, and we use different, army markers. Okay, got it. Okay, this is the Olympic spectacle. Cool. Here we have the control tokens. Here we have some additional armies, cavalry fleets, custom made die. Oh, these are beautiful. Okay, I like them. Seems like a failure. Then we have some tokens to mark various tracks. We'll not open them because I would like to show you the map now. The map is beautiful, just like the whole game. Large, mounted. We'll be talking about details of the map once we go to the how to play, but as you can see, this is a beautiful map with the army and navy strength tracks, with the main areas and regions. Yep, I hope you see most of it. Here we would have the scenarios. This is Peloponnesian War II scenario with 6 rounds, and this would be the Spartan Thebans scenario. Yeah, we can see this, but of course there will be shorter 3-round scenarios also. So beautifully looking. Okay, guys, that will be all for today. I can't wait to bring this game to the table. Looks really fantastic and has really interesting rules too. Read them already. So, guys, really cool game, which can be played 1 and 2 player. Perfect delivery, timely according to the campaign promises. So I'm really happy with this. I will be creating further videos how to play, and definitely the solo play would be my first target here to do it. That's all for today. If you like this video, kindly please give thumbs up. If you'd like to see more content like this, don't hesitate to subscribe. Thank you for being with me today, and thank you for watching.